Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your all every time. And
when you're young and you get in your old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Daddy. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?
Welcome along, everyone, to In the Kokpit with Kinser. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday. Where I am, it's extremely hot, but it's good to be back here. My good friend who joins us, bit of bump and run with Craig Booker. How you going, Booker?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, mate. I'm doing pretty good. I just want to people won't understand this comment I'm making, but Ben, you'll be able to hear us there in the background. It looks good, mate. So when we bring you in, we'll just hope that it all works. So don't touch or play with anything. That was just, I could see Ben in the background. He's finally come back in. It looks clear. He's got good all 4 green bars internet. So hopefully we bring him in, Kins. It looks good. So, hey, but anyway, mate, it's almost Christmas. Things are happening. We've got 3 great guests on tonight, Gary, Sheldon and Ben. 3, 2, 1 NZ. How good is that, mate, for the stock cars?
Exactly, as a builder for the Salter Stockcar Championship, the NZ Championship, just after, like you say, Christmas. Looking forward to that. Obviously, there's been a lot of hype on social media platforms all over the place, and the groups have been announced as well. You know, big numbers always turn out. The track details are broken down, how many cars representing each letter of the track, and obviously Auckland has got the biggest numbers. I think it was at 31. Just want to say big shout out to Brad Wright, who's joined in. We're all good, mate. Beck Spraybrook, also Muddy Goodley, hey, kia ora Councillor and Lord Hootenanny, Dave Thomas. Yeah, Ben will be with us. Ben will be with us, mate. So he's not too far away. But, you know, we just want to go back to Sunday. It was good to have Booker back commentating on our live stream with the Kokpit series of our online stock car series. We had our big championships take place, and we've got a new 3, 2, and a 1 NZ, an actual 1 NZ, 2 NZ had to have a run-off. But, you know, Chris Bailey, the new 3 NZ.
Yeah, it's I'm just sorry, Ben's especially he's in the background. He's gone away now, and he's no. But yeah, Chris Bailey, 3 NZ. For our stock car champs we had on Sunday night, it was some great racing, and we had a runoff for first and second.
Yep.
With 2 of the guys that seemed to be top runners all season, mate. You know, Mentz and Hawkins. So
yeah,
and it came down to those 2 for 1 and 2, and I thought Mentz had it at the start, and then old Hawkins managed to spin him, and through he went and took it out.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Mark Eagle had to go into block roll for some of that race, and the odd lap or 2. Shane Hawkins got the upper hand on him at the start there, and like you say, they've had some real good runoffs, and you would have seen that in some of the previous footage that we've competed over the series online. And Muddy, yeah, it was good racing. It was awesome. Daniel Chalk, good to have you on board. Jason Adlington, cheer bro, good to have you on board as well. Like you say, Christmas is only days away, so that was a big wrap up. Obviously, Shane Hawkins didn't just win the 1 NZ in the runoff.
Yes, yeah.
He also won the league as well. So he took away that title with a few more points. Another guy that was up against him was Evan Tydor, ET, but he got rolled in this race.
Yeah,
so
he got taken out in the final third heat. So yeah, there was some big hits and takeouts in that third heat that was changed a lot of things. I mean, even Shane, he was about to cross the line and he got taken out and lost 4 or 5 spots, which put him in that runoff position. So otherwise he would have been a clear winner, you know. So it was good to watch. You can go back and watch that night's racing. It's still on our Facebook if you're keen to have a look and carry on. But yeah, it was awesome. Hey, but I do want to mention as well, Kins,
let's go one more before you carry on, and just want to acknowledge Mark Crocott. Fluffy, he actually got 3rd in the overall series because Fluffy, everyone knows Fluffy and watched him race with us over the last 11 years. He is not a flag racer.
No,
he is just someone who wants to smash the
not.
shit out of everyone. He just wants to bash everyone up, and that's what he does. But over the recent couple of mods that we've raced, he's actually showed he's a good peddler. We know what he's like in real life on the real dirt, but online he's turned it around a bit, and that was the dark horse by Mark Crocott. So, to him, well-deserved third in the whole series. And we'll have a bit of a break too with the online stuff. Obviously, with the Speedway, we're getting busy, all the big championships. Obviously, coming up next week, we have the New Zealand Stock Cars. That's what we're here to talk about.
Yes.
Then, of course, you got other big meetings just about nearly every bloody weekend from after Christmas right through January, February, March. I'll leave you work that all out and get a Speedway calendar from the previous NZ Dirt Track magazine as well. But yeah, consistent driving by Shane. You're right, Muddy. And he deserved to be the one NZ. Sorry, Booker. Fizbo. Tell us all about Fizbo.
Fizbo, mate. Bloody Fizbo. Well, Fizbo's a new sponsor that's come on board with us. What they do is they sell you home for one price, basically. So you can get hold of fizbo.co.nz, talk to Ben. Basically 5k plus GST sells your house. So that's pretty cool. We're glad they've come on board and decided to sponsor us a bit. It's always good to have these sponsors. It helps with what we do, and it helps us bring the shows to you guys and moving on. So these people that come on board with us, like Garage 16, New Zealand Dirt Track Racing magazine, they've been with us the whole time. FCS Limited, they've been with us for a while now, and it all helps. Every little bit helps us, because there are costs that are involved in getting the show up and running and that, and we don't charge anybody for what we do. But yeah, so Fizbo, mate, they sell your home. If you've got a house for sale and you want to sell your house and do it on, for a cheap price, 5k plus, there's a couple of options I think he does, Kins, that gives you a chance, different offers of ways to do it. So hey, we thank them for coming on board and on offering to be with us of Kokpit Media, as well as the Kokpit Racing side of it as well. So when our sponsors come on board, it's not just for our show, it's also for our online racing as well. So that's awesome. So yeah, it helps us instead of me trying to do it all. So thanks to all our sponsors that come on board. The same with the drivers, mate, out there. All those drivers, the boys tonight, they've major sponsors that help them, and nothing can be done without sponsors, Kins,
Yeah, 100%, mate. Every little bit helps, and we're going to get the three drivers to acknowledge these sponsors. Like you say, Fizbo, it's all on there. Everything from home, properties, about and pricing, everything about Ben as well, his background, and everything you will need to know. Jump on the website, fizbo.co.nz, and there's a toll-free number as well. Give them a phone call, 0800 891 317. That's a wrap on Fizbo and all his property stuff. And I think we better get into our big show.
I think so, mate. I think the people are waiting to see these amazing drivers. So what we're going to do tonight, people, Reno's going to interview the guys as per usual, because it's in the cockpit with Kinser, Councillor Wilkinson. So we'll bring in Gary first, and then we'll talk to Sheldon, and then we'll talk to Ben, and then we're going to have all three together for you guys. So get your questions ready for them, get your questions in for them. They're just as excited as we are, so let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time, Kins. I'm going to push off, and I'll bring in Gary.
All right, let's welcome
I'll see you at the end of the show.
Gary Lonergan. All right, mate, we'll talk to you soon, eh? Enjoy yourself in this hot day. Gary, mate, welcome to the show. Good to have you on board again, mate, and good to see you. How you been?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. I'm bloody just like sweating here. It's hot as I'm guessing it's hot north of Auckland for you as well.
Yeah, the sun's finally come out the last few days. Hopefully it gives the boys a chance to sort this track out for us.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, obviously, with the big meeting up there in Auckland and, your home track there as well. And there's been that weather pattern that stuffed a fair few speedway meetings for all the fans out there, let alone your drivers as well. It's just been a hard, bloody season. You got through, dare I say it, the previous seasons with all the ups and downs. But this season, mate, this weather's just been crazy.
Yeah, I think we've got, I got 3 meetings in so far across both classes. So it's not a lot of prep work before the New Zealand's, and unfortunately, I imagine a lot of guys would have come up and had a go on the track. But it's going to be a funny old one, I'd say. It's a tricky old track at the best of times. So,
mate, big numbers are going to turn up, obviously. This event, the Stockcar Champs, it draws them from all over. I see there's one South Islander coming all the way from Christchurch. Auckland, well, there's just about 30 plus drivers representing the A. Then there's all the big numbers and the teams right up and down the country. It always turns out massive numbers, this championship meeting. You take a look at the recent events. Miami is an example, 200 bloody cars or whatever it was. There's 140, 50 cars coming to Auckland. Mate, they just come from everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It would have been nice to have had a few more, but being right up the top, it's pretty hard for these South Island guys to travel, and the same when it's down there for us. To be fair, but hey, at 150 is still epic. Hopefully, the public get out and support it. They're thrashing it on the radio today. I was listening all day, so yeah, hopefully we get a big crowd.
Yeah, let's hoping, and let's hope, hey, fingers crossed. Look, you're locally up that way. What's the Met service? What the weather's been saying? What's it looking like this stage? Any insight on that?
Mate, it's gonna be perfect. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be sweet. It can rain on Christmas Day for all I care, but as long as it's sweet for the meeting, we're fine.
Yeah, let's talk about Christmas Day. So, what's the Lonergan family doing for Christmas Day on Sunday?
We've got the whole mob coming to ours. I think we've got 30, 35 odd people coming to ours. So yeah, gonna have to put the car things away for one day and focus on the family stuff, which is pretty cool. The little girl, she's right into it. So yeah, pretty excited about it, to be honest.
That's a big family, 30 coming to Christmas. So who's doing all the cooking? Who's doing the barbecue? Who's doing all that?
Well, hopefully I'll be controlling the chili bin, to be honest, and nah, we'll pull our part, but the missus a whiz, and her mum's over from Canada, so we'll all be chipping in and helping out. So it's pretty cool.
You just say Canada then? Canada?
Yeah, my wife's Canadian, and her mum's come over and spent a bit of time over Christmas here, so it's pretty cool.
So how cool is it, when you consider what they've had over the years, being able to get in country, vice versa? It must be just so awesome to have mother-in-law at home, eh?
Well, yeah, well, it's crazy. Our little girl didn't get to meet the rest of the family for 2 years, so that was pretty sad, but we try and make up for it now. We can, so it's pretty cool.
Look, every time I talk to drivers, and it's been cool doing the show, talking to so many drivers, the importance of family. When you say 30 coming to your place for Sunday, some of the family, I guess, will stick around, maybe watch your race and everything like that. But family is so important to what makes things tick for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Most of the family's local, which was pretty cool. So we sort of see most of them a bit. But the family's pretty important. Like mum and dad are massive part of my racing, and a few of the crew coming for Christmas Day, so that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, we do have
part of it.
Yeah, it is part of it. Look, and that's an important part. We are going to talk about the family side of it. And look, we do have the odd clicking sound here and there, but we'll just persevere with it. We've still got to try and get Ben online with us later in the show. That's been a bit of a deal, but we managed to sort Sheldon a bit later on. But Gary's just been sweet as. It's just from Mike, but it's all good. As long as everyone can clear, we're all good. We're ready to go. Mark Goodman, looking good, Gary. That's from Mark.
Hey, mate, I definitely look better with a helmet on. When I'm in the car, I look good, but it's all that matters.
Hey, how many years you been racing, mate? Because you've been around the circuit with the family, obviously. You're kind of grown up there, I would guess, as a little fella watching it all unfold. And, how long have you had a taste for it, and how long have you been racing?
Oh, I've had a taste for it my whole life. Dad used to race, so we got chucked in the back of the wagon and on top of the tools and taken to the track. But I've been racing for 17 years now, so yeah, we'll see how this meeting goes and see what happens, and we might hopefully push on with the supers, maybe just see where we go next year. But if I get a number again, we'll just see what happens, really.
Yeah, you still. So you're thinking about getting rid of the Stockcar, mate, are you?
Yeah, it's sort of been the plan to get down to one car. I need to get a boat. So we need to get one car and a boat. Would be pretty cool. But we got another baby coming in February. So yeah, two cars is hard work. A lot of money, a lot of time. I've been lucky to get away with it for as long as I have, to be honest, and it's something I never really wanted to do two-car thing, but it sort of panned out. I kept getting chucked into other cars for the supers, so I wanted my own one, and yeah, the car I've got now is pretty cool, so I'm excited to sort of either persist with that or upgrade that, just depending on how everything goes, basically.
Yeah. So what car would you upgrade to in a super? We seem to see this commonality of a chassis that seems to be popping up here, there, and bloody everywhere, mate. So if you were to upgrade, what would you look at? Would you try anything else or stick what you got?
It's got to be a rescale, mate. I got a restock, a resuper, and yeah, I've got a guy that helps me out, Paulie, and he's a big race man, and yeah, haven't faltered either of them since I've jumped in them. I love them, and Pete, the race cars is bloody helpful. All those boys are bloody good whenever we need anything. So yeah, I personally don't want to move away from the race car.
Mate, you're comfortable with it, and it's what you're used to, It's that kind of muscle memory and everything that you do when you're out there on the track. But I know you've been pedaling very well. You seem to be quite consistent. You qualify, just about all the bloody time at any championship, especially in the stock cars. And I remember Dad racing, used to watch them all the time, the old 95A cruising around, and the day up in Auckland, just up the road from where I live, obviously. And he was just always up there, always, right up at the pointy end of it, and you're following him basically. You've been pretty successful, mate.
Yeah, I've always sort of done quite well, and in the teams and local stuff. But it's pretty hard being in Auckland because week to week we haven't. There doesn't appear to be a lot of money up in Auckland. I think the cost of living's pretty tough, and so to be the best, you've got to travel down the road to Palmy and that to get some good racing in. And I've tried to do all the New Zealand titles and championships over the years, which I think it's sort of finally clicked once I jumped in sort of the last few cars I've had. And yeah, I'm getting old now, so I've been doing it for a long time, so I should be getting bloody good, to be fair.
Yeah, mate. No, you are. Yeah, you are. You're really up there, mate. Yeah, and do you feel the pressure, with being 3NZ, obviously Auckland registered car on your home track? Do you think you got a lot more pressure on you compared to maybe any of the other Auckland drivers, or with your name and everything? What do you think? Do you think got a lot of pressure on you, mate?
Funnily enough, with this one, I feel that last season I sort of podiumed at all the major titles, so
Yeah.
I feel I've done nearly all I can do in the stock car. So I just really want to enjoy this meeting, and hey, whatever happens will happen. Hey, the results hopefully will come, but if they don't, well, I definitely want to be in the finals. Like that's, and if I can't win it, I definitely want to play a part in someone I'd like to win it. Basically, but who knows? Like it's a big ask to qualify these titles, top 4 cars in a quality field. So just a flat tire these days is enough to ruin it for you, unfortunately. So yeah, just hold on and hope, like we do at all these meetings.
Yeah, well, that's right. Especially with this particular cast, because people can just put a shot on you just like that, and we seen that down in Miami. The guy down there from the Bay had that pretty well in the bag, but the 99S had a difference of opinion, and well, we see a big boomfer into the wall. I think it was turn 3 and 4. I think, and that was it. Anything can happen.
I was in the middle of all that. I actually had to dodge it, but that cost me a bit of time because I knew I had to pass Ben to get that one spot, but. Yeah, man. Well, when you're not liked, you're not liked for some who knows what reason over the years of racing. It could be something as minor as mini stocks. A lot of these guys seem to have a few issues coming out of that class, which is cool. That's what makes it good. That's what people come and see.
Well, you said you're getting older, mate. Might be a racing boat in the pipeline. I'm not too sure. I see there's a comment come up here as well. Yeah, poor Mr. Loveridge. That was a hard hit, all right, Maru. Yeah, Derek's made a mention of racing boat. We'll come back in that. Before I cross over to join and have a chat with Sheldon, we are going to bring you back in towards the end, catch up with yourself, Sheldon and Ben. Just do a big shout out to your sponsors, mate.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I've got Chester's on board as sort of my major sponsor, Just Timber Floors. Above all electrical, North Shore Conditioners. Wayne, he's been with us the whole time, absolutely awesome. For Wash World, yeah, Fastline Flooring for me. It's probably my major sponsor, really. But no, we've been pretty lucky of all the people on board. You can't do it without them, and keep playing away behind us. So. Yeah.
It's what makes it happen for you week in and week out, mate, when you enjoy what you love out there on the dirt track and entertaining for the fans, and the sponsors make things work. And I know you do a lot of work and there's a lot of family commitment, let alone the crew that put in the big hours as well. Gary, thanks for the catch-up. We are going to bring you back in. I'll let you disappear for a little bit, and then we'll be back soon, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
2NZ, Sheldon Arapere will be rolling in now. We're going to catch up with him. And we're going to have a few issues too, because Sheldon might be dropping in and out. So just please bear with us. Sheldon's with us. Hey, Sheldon, mate, good to see you again. How you going?
Yeah, good.
Look, as you can tell, there's a slight little delay there with you hearing maybe his audio, but we'll keep going along and having a chat with Sheldon. Sheldon, mate, like Gary, we spoke with him just a couple of minutes ago. This weather kind of stuff has pretty well played havoc on a lot of meetings. How many race meetings have you done so far or managed to do? Because you just got the new car as well.
Yeah, we've actually chased a few rainouts the last couple of weekends. We've been laps under the belt in this new car, but I think in total we've done 4 meetings. I know it's the same for everyone, so it's not really unfair for us or anything like that. And not one DNF in a brand new car, so we can't complain, mate.
Yeah, mate, that's good news. Brand new car, mate, and you pretty much come to grips with it, and not a DNF like you say. Must be bloody holding together. And we're going to talk a bit about going down to Wellington and so forth. But Sheldon, his camera's the wrong way, but yeah, you're going to have to be with us, Thomas, David, because we're not going to get on to touch it because we've got a few internet connections down in the Naki with him. But he's going good. Just got to be with what you can see at the stage. Sorry, apologies for that. Sheldon, the new car, mate, going all good, obviously.
Yeah, mate, it's totally different car to what we're used to, and everything else on it is just so trick. Like we're just not used to it. But yeah, we come into grips with a bit of a weapon, I suppose. Yeah, we're just taking our time and changing one thing at a time, better and better, and picking up flags and quicker slaps and stuff like that. So we can't complain for a new car. We haven't had a DNF, mate. It just hasn't stopped yet. So. Out of a new car, it's yeah.
Awesome, mate. Look, we caught up when Stratford were down there a few months back, came down to the track and did a bit of show that night, and now we caught up with you and you had a bit of a chat there and a few of the legends of the place. Wellington, but based down in Wellington, registered down in Wellington.
Yeah, it's funny how it all came about. Yeah, worked out perfectly, really. I suppose it's all just fallen into place. We picked us up, and along with Ben and Jared and Lexi. So, they're wicked people and as crazy. It's just, that's next level what they put in and what they don't. It's just, yeah, it's crazy how it's all worked out, mate. And yeah, we're just thankful for them for picking us up.
Yeah, now your car's become a weapon, mate. Mighty Goodley can verify that one, obviously. And you come used to the Wellington track down there. Obviously, in a few more days, get through the Christmas period. The big meetings up here in Auckland. You're looking forward to that, no doubt?
Yeah, we haven't had a meeting since we've tinkered with the car a little bit since the GP and changed a few things and been back and by a few things with this new fuel injection and everything's positive, and yeah, we're pretty much ready to get loaded up, and I've pretty much been going pretty flat out on it the last week to get everything done before Christmas and off before we get into the busy season of racing.
All right, so Christmas Day's on Sunday. Have you got a big mob of 30 coming around to your place?
Yeah, I'm going up to Gary's. Yeah, mate, our family, we're always normally together, but our family, we normally alternate between Taupo and everyone meets up, and they're in Wellington this year, and we're just sadly going to miss it with my family and spend it. If my time we drive to Wellington and then turn around and head back to Auckland, it's just a lot of driving, so all from the same motel. So we're just going to have a bit of a late Christmas with everyone up there, so it should be good.
Awesome, mate. And heading up this way, no doubt. Are you running boxing? People are asking questions here and there. Amron, good to catch up with you the other day, mate. Season greetings and best wishes to the new year, Sheldon and the Kokpit team. Catch up with everyone at Huntley. Yeah, we'll catch up with you at Huntley, mate. But, let's hope, the weather doesn't turn things around because, mate, you've got a big travel. Gary's only like an hour north from the track, so he's not that bad. But then again, when the traffic's bad in Auckland, it can take 3 hours. But you've got a hell of a hike heading up to Auckland.
Yeah, mate, it's not too bad of a drive, but yeah, like you say, everyone wants to go and see racing. The weather gods play their part, and we can put on a show for everyone.
Yeah, mate, you got a pretty awesome looking bloody Facebook page going on there, obviously with the Renee Huya racing and so forth. There's a bit of all sorts on there. Lovely photos of the well-presented cars. You got heaps of stuff. You got the merch stuff going on there. Mate, how's that all going for you?
Yeah, mate, I think they, Dan and Renee picked that up on the weekend, and I think they've delivered it out yesterday, and I've had a lot of chats from people and messages saying thanks for the merch. If you haven't got it yet, just hang tight. It should be there either tomorrow or so. Hopefully, you get it for Christmas, New Zealand's.
Yeah, mate. Look, 2NZ, you're going to feel the pressure when it comes to, the big weekend coming up or the big few days up in Auckland. A lot of pressure on you, mate, because you've been going pretty good, honestly, to be honest with you, the last couple of championships.
Yeah, we've hopefully we haven't used up all our luck, but exceptional last couple of seasons. Alongside Gary, we've been on the podium with him at all national title. With the preparation is massive, and we've been going pretty hard on this car. Big thanks to Barry Pajewski, the father-in-law. He's been here most nights the last week or so, on it, just checking everything, and the car's ready to go. So now it's down to me, and I'd do it and bring it back. But with this quality of drivers and stuff now, and the amount to qualify. So once we get through that first night, mate, we'll just assess the situation and go from there.
How good is it though to have someone, is a legendary status like your father-in-law, mate, in your back corner there helping you out? He's been around the tracks for many years. Obviously, we had a chat with him at the showdown in Stratty. How cool is that though, eh?
Oh, it's wicked, mate. Obviously, I've grown up Stockcar career with my old man, who's probably got me to where I am now. And it's good for Barry to be his advice, and just knowing that there's someone there that knows what they're doing or in your corner alongside Mark. It just makes it easy on the day when you have crew that know what they're doing, and you can just relax, your car's done right. And it's just, I think that affects your race, seeing if you'll go quite far.
Yeah, exactly. It's someone like a bit of a mentor that's in your back ear, talking to you, calming you down, getting you prepared, because he's been at the height of many things, whether it's been at a world teams event overseas and, of course, on the local circuit. So plenty going on there. Let's just touch quickly on the event that was for your father, actually, the big spectacular event down there. How did that go?
Yeah, it was pretty good, mate. Dodgy on the weather, and it was starting to go us a few drizzles before the meeting, and it came right. So through. But it was a wicked meeting then for the mods and everyone else show, and the amount of cars that showed up to race. I think they had 150 competitors or something like that. Club rooms was just packed, and everyone was there, and a good vibe. And it was cool to celebrate what a legend he was, and just can't thank Wellington Speedway enough for helping us put it on, and it helped us out to put prize money up or help us out. It was good, mate.
Hey, Mark Denton's got a good question here. Do you like the Auckland track, Sheldon?
I haven't actually. I've done one meeting in my mini stock, and I haven't been back since. So we're gonna try and get up for the practice just to have a feel before we get into it on the qualifying night.
Yeah, big track, mate. She's a huge track, and one to be looking in the mirror, I would guess. Hold on sometimes, because they do host a national teens event up there, and some people will say it's harder to win there than it's down in Palmy. The wall is not forgiving there at Auckland, so many would know that, and we know what stock cars are like when you get a whole lot of them in the actual groups. Mate, the groups are going to be tough. Anything can happen during the qualifying. It's just open every single race.
Yeah, it's just going back to that track. It's watching Auckland teams. It's just so brutal and gets me excited, because the last couple of just have been nuts. They've just been wrecked fest. So it is cool to be amongst it on a cool. Yeah, it's going to be wicked. And the groups, I suppose, a group's a group, and you got to beat them. So I don't know, mate. We're prepped and ready to go. So we'll just see what happens.
Awesome, mate. All right, good talking to you, Sheldon, mate. We are going to bring you back in to join Gary. Let you just go to the side. And you got any sponsors there before I do let you go? Because I can see Fast Lane Spears on your hats there. Obviously, Renee Huya, the massive one. But anyone else you want to recognise that's helped out?
Yeah, possible. Without Dan and Renee Huya, just what they do for me and everyone else. Crazy. Fast Lane Spears. Wellington top 10 holiday park specialist, hog haulage, Novus auto glass, and yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, there's always someone, but just go to the Renee Hui Racing page, all the details there, and acknowledge it. You can think about it, mate. If you can remember a couple others, jot them down on a notepad, and when
Yeah.
we bring you back in, we can just acknowledge them, because without the sponsors, it's tough for a lot of you guys and girls to get out there and race in all sorts of classes. So just want to recognise them. All right, mate, pop you out to the side, have a little chill for a break, and then we'll be back very soon, We'll try and connect up with Ben. Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we can bring Ben Ellis, the current 1NZ. There he is. Ben, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Look, just apologise, everyone. We've got a few technical issues here with Ben. He's been trying his damnedest. He's joined us just after 7 o'clock, nearly an hour ago, and to try everything we can get. He's in the Hamilton, but his sound will be delayed. So it's like watching one of those spaghetti Western movies back in the day before Ben's time, because he's only a young fella. So, he wouldn't know what the hell I'm bloody talking about, Ben. But Ben, mate, first and foremost, 1NZ, you got a big meeting coming up in Auckland. You got a lot of pressure on you, mate. You're carrying the, not the trophy, but the 1NZ, eh?
Yeah, at this stage, haven't thought about it too much. But until the day, I'm probably going to be packing myself.
Yeah, be packing yourself, mate. I think that's just it. Just speak a bit louder for me, please, Ben, just so people can hear you clear ears on the show that's live on the Facebook and our other platforms. Hey, Ben, mate, you're down in Wallies, down there. What is it, the 1NZW, racing alongside with Sheldon, part of the Renee Hui Racing. What's that been like, mate? What's that journey been like? Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, the trips are pretty long. Easily racing alongside my mate. It's sort of been, I don't know, it's pretty special.
Was it a tough decision, mate? Because you won the title, and obviously, and all your mates up in Hamilton, you're in Hamilton, and you had a different letter on the car, then changed to go down to Wellington. Was that a tough decision for you, or you just had to do pretty well, listen and do what you had to do?
No, it did have to. Obviously, the decision came down to finances and obviously how proud it sort of myself, and yeah, it's been a while to get there, but we got there. The decision on the.
All right. Yeah, you got there in there, mate. You got to do what you got to do, and someone's going to help you out. And with the talent that you are, obviously, and I've seen you do teams racing as well, you get things going out there. You enjoy yourself. I can tell you enjoy yourself because you're always smiling. Yeah, when you got that 1NZ title, you were quite bloody shocked, actually, to be honest. You couldn't believe it that you'd won it, and all your mates around you. I know old Shane Footy won and all those boys. They're all just buzzing out for you, mate. They were all excited, and you were still a bit shell-shocked that you actually claimed that title because you had to do it tough and had to rely on what unfolded at the Miani track last season. I know we had a few technical issues. Please, everyone, just bear with us. We'll carry on with Ben as far as we can go because there is a slight little delay. But Ben, mate, Christmas, what's happening for you on Sunday? Have you got, like, similar to Gary, have you got the whole family coming around?
Well, we don't have a big family, so my missus' family obviously go back to my mum's for the after there.
Yeah, mate. All right, just a quiet family one. Look, you done well actually coming up. When I think about it too, from the repercharge, you had to do it tough. It wasn't an easy one instead for you to claim down in the bay, so you had to do it tough, mate.
Yeah, had to obviously, but obviously it worked out on a few issues to do with the car all night. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, no, all good. Hey, look, obviously, we had Gary on the 3NZ and Sheldon on 2NZ. Both have, one still's doing it. I'm not too sure what Sheldon's doing, but they've done the super stock thing. What's your next step, mate? You've done the 1NZ as high as you can go, basically, in the stock cars. Can you see yourself someone to finance you, help you out with the super stock?
Nah, not at this stage. Cars for a little bit longer. I have skid in the season, but obviously so I think stock cars is where I'll stay.
Yeah, you just love bashing it up, mate. You just like enjoying yourself. As long as you're happy, that's it. As long as you are happy and you're enjoying what you're doing, well, that's all that matters, isn't it?
Like, obviously, I thought one more season just to defend the title. They helped out, so obviously I can do a few more seasons.
Awesome, mate. Okay. Teams racing. You love teams, eh? You love giving and helping out where you can, because I've seen you flick from being a runner, go to a block if someone stuffed you up, then you just go with it, you read it well.
Yeah, obviously, the racing thing with my old man, and I sort of watched him throughout. When it came my turn, I sort of just picked it up and I went with it.
Yeah. Hey, crew and family, obviously a major part of what keeps you going, and that's the enjoyment of it, the sport that we all love, our speedway sport. A lot of family around that as well. You know, all your mates are your fans. They just jump up and down and go crazy when you win things, mate, and you're out there doing what you do. But the crew, especially, who do all the work while you're sitting there talking to us for our show, mate, you know, you can't do it without them.
Nah, obviously help out mainly on the weekends. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be racing. It's good to have them.
Awesome, mate. All right, I know you're most surely having a few technical issues here, as most of the viewers tonight can hear and see when we're talking to you. I'm going to whiz through the people who are helping you out, aside from Renee, who you're racing. You've got the Hamilton Collision Repairs Limited, Wellington Top 10 Holiday Park, Tintercar Wellington Fast Lane Spares Limited, High Performance Rotaries, Fiberglass Body Specialists, Llama Engineering. You've got their head on there, Vision Design, K Drive, tyre and battery. So I think that's your sponsors. That's on your Facebook page. So you can't do without them. We thought we'll give them a bit of a shout out. Mate, I'll let you go for a little bit, and we'll try and hopefully get you back in and join all together and see what we can do and have a bit of banter, and you guys can give each other hell. We'll bring the other two and just stay there with us, Ben, and see how we get on, mate. Thank you. All right. Gary's back, Sheldon's back, the 3, 2, and 1 NZ, who will be all, of course, up there in Auckland in a few days' time after Christmas. Gary, mate, you've heard the other two talk. You were the first to join us. Very similar pressure, but you know their pressure's on all the time. Every time you go out through the gate, you just got to give it your all and hope like how you get through, eh?
Yeah, man, just hold on and hope. It's crazy with that many quality cars on the track. So just just give it heaps and hold on, basically.
Yeah. Ben, mate, I know you can just hear me here, but one of your friends, Keegan Levine, Ben Ellis is my idol. Keegs, eh?
Bloody Keegan.
Bloody Keegan. Let's talk idols, actually. You know, how you got into it. Obviously, the most common answer would be your family and everything. We all know that. That's just common sense. But, you know, Gary, when racing through the years, obviously watching Dad race, any other idols took your attention? You think, I want to be just like them?
Yeah, I think Dad started it all. Like he was a weapon in his day, but I really took a liking to Calvin Gray. He was phenomenal, absolute weapon. Just whether he was running or blocking or destroying, he was awesome to watch. And then I think as time's gone on, I think Pete Reese, he's just amazing. You can't knock what he's done in his career. He's just so good to watch.
Yeah, especially with that little car, his short base little thing getting around there. He was just like, even in teams, just a menace here and there. But yeah, you're right, 100%. Sheldon, mate, you know, aside from Dad, obviously, anyone else you kind of looked up to? Well, you got one in your back corner there with your father-in-law, but is there anyone else that you caught your eye you wanted to be like?
Oh, not so much be like, but growing up in Wellington all the time and watching the local stock cars there, Richard Gaskin was always he was a weapon, and you know, he was just a silent but violent. He was fast, or he could determine who was going to win, and yeah, he's just an awesome driver.
Man, Ben, you know, aside from replying to Keegan saying he's your idol, you're his idol, sorry. What about you, mate? You know, Dad obviously would have been one you would have been watching around. Yeah, Calvinator, the Terminator, all of those names when we're talking Calvin Gray. But what about you, Ben? Who anyone you followed?
Yeah, back in when we used to always like watching Gary and the stuff. Definitely always one to watch.
Did he just say you then, Gary?
He's suck old.
Mate, he's making me feel old.
Shit, Gary, did you hear that one? He bloody looked up to you, mate. I think he just
Right.
wanted to
Greasing
leave.
just in case we meet each other in the final.
I don't know. I had the utmost respect for old Gary Ellis. He was a
Yeah.
weapon, and I actually got to enjoy sort of being around racing while he was racing, and we had some good old times with him when Carl was part of the Alley Cats and that, and yeah, awesome family, really cool, and yeah, he's a bloody good guy. And
When you think,
Benny's going good. Unfortunately, his time at Auckland was not long enough, to be fair, but he's definitely made up for it when he's travelled around. He's going bloody good.
yeah. Gary, you've always been Auckland based, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah, I ain't going anywhere, to be honest. Renee must have lost my number, but yeah. I want to be a one club man. My old boy just become a lifetime member at Auckland, and hopefully one day I might get there. It's pretty cool.
Nah, you will, mate. That's a pretty cool thing. Sheldon, you've had a few different letters on your cars over the years you've been racing, mate. What do you reckon? You're going to stay down in Wellies? Well, I suppose you've got no choice. You better stay Wellies, because she's most really watching.
Yeah, nah, it's a pretty good deal that I've got. And, without sponsors, it's just impossible to afford the sport. It's just crazy. Still, with Malcolm, he supplied the car and I was paying maintenance, but with a super trying to run competitive, harsh on the bank account, and, but that's sort of reason why I sort of gave up, and enough Renee and Dan got a hold of me, and that's just a deal I couldn't turn away. And yeah, just a lot and stuff out of Speedway, it frees everything up. So yeah, they want me to stay in Wellington, so yeah, it's good.
There are a lot of rumours going around. Obviously, when you raced with the Malcolm team and so forth, so there was a lot of people saying all these bloody rumours. Where was Sheldon? Because you're a pretty top class driver. Obviously, everyone knows that. Everyone's seen that. There is just so much. You know what Speedway rumours are like, mate. Honestly, yeah, they go here, there, and everywhere. And half the time, it's never bloody true. Most of the time, it's never true until you rock out with the car, eh? There must have been so many people throwing all this bloody stuff at you, mate.
Yeah, we were actually palming for the Eagles, and then
Yeah.
that COVID came along just before teams, and just had enough of it by then, and I was doing it by myself without the old man, and it was still fresh, and it was running the super and felt like I had no crew and stuff, and the COVID sort of just set it off, and from then on I didn't race until this season, so it was good to have that break, and I think it's helped me out now for Speedway now than I've ever been, so it's definitely helped.
Awesome. Benny, mate, you've had a few different letters on your car. Hey, how many letters you had on your car, mate?
I think I've had about 3, 2 on the mini slot. So just
You're down right down in the big Wellington. Look, and Amron's actually pretty well clarified what Gary spoke about. True blue Auckland driver. Wears his heart on his sleeve. You're the man, he reckons.
Amron's a man. He's a good bloke to see when we get down to Waikato. He's always smiling.
Yeah, he loves Speedway, mate, and there's a lot of fans out there. And I guess, you guys have all your merch and everything. It's all about the fans, Being for you, mate, fans. And I remember when you won that one in Z, mate, your fans were going nuts for you. Mate, the fans are so important.
yeah, definitely sort of hanging off the fence, but it's a lot more special when you have fans cheering you on.
Yeah, fans, Sheldon, very important, eh? You get your fans, you get your family out there, everyone's watching trackside, they just cheer you on all the time.
Yeah, definitely your family, mate. Just to get in, they sink a lot of time and money to travel and watch you, and it is cool to give them something back, and obviously it is cool with the fans and stuff. It's just, yeah, it was a wicked feeling, and yeah, hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Gary, like I say, fans, Auckland, they know who you are. They know the name, mate. Fans are so important. You've been racing for many years. They just keep growing, and they just seem to enjoy what you do.
Yeah, Auckland's a funny old place. I think we get our biggest crowds when there's a derby or fireworks on, to be fair. But yeah, we've definitely got our fair amount of fans, and hopefully Auckland do this meeting a lot of justice. To be fair, because that the Napier meeting was just so well run. They've got a lot to live up to be honest. So hopefully they do it the world of justice. To be honest.
Yeah, and I think about it too. Actually, watching the Stockcar champs down in Napier, the old drone. They're going to have the drone guy up in Auckland. Any of you guys hear anything about that? Is the drone guy going to whiz up there? Because that drone footage, honestly, that is just next level. Have you heard anything, Gary?
I think they use Video Hub up there, which do Palmy as well. So I know the dude does it at Palmy. So I really hope they do, because some of that footage was just mind-boggling. They were right down at car level and bloody good. Like, hey, it's what it's about. A lot of people can't make these events, for all sorts of different reasons and money and all sorts in this day and age. So hopefully they can get it as good as they can get it. It's I know for a fact, and I can't make a meeting, we always try and support these big video guys. They're bloody good.
All right, I've got Booker talking to me. Track code or mate? That's what we're going to ask you. We're going to put you on the spot here. We'll start with you, Ben, since you're the one who's here and smiling there. Is it track code or mate? What's going to happen? What's going to happen there, mate? What's going to go on when it comes to that final race? You've qualified. You three have qualified. Into the third heat is pretty tough up there. What's going to unfold, Ben, when it comes to you?
For me, I think it's going to hopefully we've got enough winners and cards in there. If there's not enough, then I might track code.
All right, track code. He's gone track code at first, but then if there's not enough wellies, then he'll go with his mates. Sheldon, same question to you, mate. Track code, mate.
I suppose, mate, when you got the club support, you go and when they're putting all the support they can to get you guys up there, and it's obviously track code will be good, but you're not going to go and dog your mates. I'm not going to say you're going to take them out. I don't know, mate. I've never ever worried about track code or club mate, and I've just been fending for myself, and whatever happens. I'm not going to go starting to, I suppose, you know what I mean? So I don't know, track code's always good, and you don't really see much of that there, mates. And back in the day, it was massive, like clubs would just be smashing other clubs. It's so changed. So
yeah, definitely. You're
definitely
right.
club, mate.
Yeah, club. All right. Gary, well, you got, I think I saw on the Facebook 31 Auckland Cars Register, you got the most, obviously, being the home track. Mate, is it pretty simple answer, really? Track code or mate? Track code.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer of those that put their cars up for the team, I've travelled for years and years and made some great mates travelling around, because I've been a sole campaigner for a long time from Auckland, unfortunately. But so you create a lot of friendships, mainly not so like off the track, but guys leave you alone, you leave them alone a bit. But the guys that put their hand up to teams race with you, because at Auckland we're always short, we're always battling, and whoever puts their hand up for the team, like I've got utmost 100% respect for. And then there's some young fellas in Auckland that are bloody cool, and we definitely look out for our track code and mates, but there's also guys that we travel and race with around the country that, like, I know for a fact I won't touch a few of them, and hopefully they won't touch me, but you never know, If they do, like, we'll sort that out at the end of the day. That's what the sport's about, and that's what people come to see. So, hey, if someone wants to, then hey, they start something, we'll finish it,
I suppose that's what it is. It's stock cars. They got bumpers for a bloody reason. And look, when you said that, Ben had a big smile on his face. Mate, he's going to get you if you're in front of him, mate.
It's what it's about, mate. We, it's nature of the beast. And unfortunately for the three of us, we've probably got the big target on our shoulders for the weekend, but it doesn't mean nothing, like you just go and do your thing, and whatever unfolds, then we go from there. It's people love it. People love the contact. That's why we have bumpers, and bring it on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you said that being 1, 2, 3 NZ. You would know, Gary, you might be able to help me. I'm thinking in the pits there, because you've got 140, 50 cars got to squeeze in there. Are they gonna will they put, just for fan base and everything, will they put the 1, 2, 3 right next to each other, or do you have designated? How does that all work? Do you guys know that?
We'll be in our groups, which unfortunately in Auckland, the pits are a freaking nightmare. So I think they've organised it that the groups are going to be sort of one down one end and the others down the other end. So when we come in, we don't clash. So, but hopefully at the start of the meeting, we actually get a photo of the 1, 2, and 3 because we haven't all been together at the meeting yet to get that. And I know Hughes is usually all over that, but yeah, so it'd be cool to get that before we who knows, we may all end up with them.
Destroy our cars.
What was that, Sheldon?
Said before we destroy our cars.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it would be good. And I know Graham Hughes loves that stuff, you know, and he loves doing all the photos. It'd be ideal to get the group years together, and why not? I think it's a special occasion, especially when you got someone like Salters on board, who's actually the big sponsor of the huge event, you know, and they would just love that. And like you say, the opportunity to get 1, 2, and 3 together, wow, it's very few and far these days, and you don't really catch up with each other, do you? Ben, mate, you know, target's on your back, mate. You're carrying the big one instead. You're going to go out in the parade holding that trophy. Could be for the last time, but I'm thinking in your mind, it could be a repeat back-to-back if you really want to do it. But, mate, the pressure's on you. Big target being the number one.
Yeah. Obviously, through qualifying first, that's always going to be maybe somewhere who's going to have a shot at you. But you just got to, and then obviously make it one step at a time and try to get through that final.
Yeah. Yourself, Sheldon, mate, you got to, like Gary said earlier, you guys have all got targets, mate. You get ready, roll on out there. Mate, it's just going to be full on, eh? It's like I saw a comment up here, no different to the bloody Auckland traffic. It's just going to be mayhem out on the track. But, you know, 2 NZ target, mate, it's just going to be, well, a surreal moment.
Oh, I suppose if there's a target, there's a target. Us three have done pretty well to get there, and anything's a bonus, I suppose. If we make it through that first night, then I'll be happy. So I'm not going to worry about it too. Attack at us, and it's game on. But we'll go in there with the full attention to make it through that second night. But
awesome.
On and see what happens and play it by ear.
Yeah, whatever happens will happen. That'll be your motto as well, eh, Gary? Whatever happens will happen.
Yeah, you can't see the number from inside the car, so it doesn't fucking matter, eh? Just go out there and give it shit.
Yeah, give it hell. You know, if they're going to do what they want to do, prepared to be, get the payback. Everyone always talks about it. Guys, hey, I do appreciate your time on a Wednesday joining us. I know you got big plans, especially with Christmas only days away. And then, of course, you got your big event. We all wish you all the best. So, you know, I know Craig Booker was on part of the show. He's been talking to you guys behind the scenes. Craig does a lot of work behind the scenes to make our show roll out on a Wednesday. But we just want to wish you, from the both of us, Merry Christmas to you and your families. And be safe out there. Enjoy yourself. I won't say don't eat too much because you normally do on Christmas. Don't drink too much, but you normally do on Christmas. But all the best for the big event coming up. And hope, fingers crossed, the weather's good. And we get to see a lot of action over the 2 days unfold. But I do appreciate it, and take care and enjoy yourselves, eh?
Cheers, mate.
Thanks very much, guys.
Cool.
Cheers.
You guys are doing a great thing for the sport, eh? Keep it up. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, we love it. We love it. It's a passion of myself and Craig and many of the viewers who watch the show as well. Duct tape discuss going to come into play. Duct tape, mighty good. At least throwing it all in there. But yeah, you know, this is what we do. It's what we do. We give you guys an opportunity to share your thoughts and how prepared you are for your events. Why not recognize what you've achieved? 1, 2, and 3. Thank your sponsors. Thank your families. That's what makes things work with the sport that we love. And people just need to realize that. Forget about all that negative rubbish that's out there. Let's talk positive stuff and get you guys out there because you deserve it. You deserve all the accolades. It's not an easy thing when it comes to a Stockcar Championship to racing amongst heaps of bloody cars. It's a tough haul just to qualify. So well done. Take care. Safe travels. For all years, I know you're only an hour away, Gary, but good luck, and we'll see you up at the track. I'll come up and introduce myself and come and have a hot dog with you or something. But yeah, all the best. Good luck.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate. See you.
Good luck, fellas.
Cheers. Thank you. So there we go, everyone. That's 3 NZ, 2 NZ, 1 NZ, 3 NZ, Gary Lonergan, 2 NZ, Sheldon Arapere, and 1 NZ, Ben Ellis. Look, we do apologise once again for the technical issues. It's just the way life is these days with the almighty internet web, but we do our best, and that's what we are. We're all about being a positive show, sharing a bit of a chit-chat, have a bit of fun with all of our guests on the show. And it's just about them, thanking everyone that's made them who they are. The fans enjoy what they do each week in and week out when it's not raining on the track, but you can't do it without the work they do behind the scenes, the money that's invested, let alone the sponsors. So that's one reason why we enjoy the show that we bring you every Wednesday. Look, Christmas is only a few days away. We do know a lot of people are on the holiday travels at the moment, but please, if you're going to be on the road, be patient. There is a lot of roadworks. Get to your family in one piece to have a lovely Christmas. Family time is special during these times. We've had a couple of stuffed up years. And like Gary said, his mother-in-law's come all the way from Canada. So these are very special times. We just want to say to you all out there, enjoy Christmas, enjoy your summertime, get along to your local speedway meeting, but please be careful on the road and just travel. Leave the racing to the guys on the track. You get home with your families, enjoy your hot dogs, enjoy whatever you do at the track, but leave the racing to the guys on the track and just get home safe. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely, mate. And if you're getting pissed off with someone on the road that you're traveling, pull over for 5 minutes and have a break. Talk to the family in the car and let the idiots go. Hey.
Hard out.
So, look, hey, that was a great show, mate. Those three were great to talk to. We had a little bit of technical issues, but we got through it. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how they all go at the NZs, mate, because it's hard to repeat a number, a single-digit number. But I think those three are more than capable of achieving that, whether it be the same number or a different number. But I think they're more than capable, all three of those guys, of achieving, and I wish them all the best for it, Kins.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to think from memory. I know someone's going to correct me here in the chat, I will guess. I'm pretty sure Sheldon going into Napier last year might have been the 3NZ, and then he got the 2NZ. I might be wrong. I could be wrong here. I think Gary might have been up there with a number as well. Ben, who came through with his normal number from the rapid charge, became the 1NZ. So, like you say, they are up there, mate. Anything can happen. But like we say, Stockcars is a mean and a cruel championship. That class, they don't hold back. If you upset someone, they're going to give it to you. They're going to wreck your night. And, well, you can be mates afterwards in the club rooms, have a beer. Because what happens on the track, it should stay on the track. That's
Absolutely,
just
mate.
Of
Absolutely.
what it is, Yeah. All right, mate. Thank you. That's a wrap. Once again, good to talk about FSBO. Jump on the fsbo.co.nz. Have a look at the Facebook page. If you're thinking of selling up, here's a guy that's going to help you out. And, he's just doing what he wants to do and help you save a bit of money. Just want to say thanks once. Yeah. Thanks
and don't forget
Gary.
your the New Zealand Dirt Track magazine. Always a good Christmas present, mate.
Hard out. Always good to have, and hit some merchandise there with the team there as well. And yeah, like Gary said, if you can't make it to it, we heard him saying Video Hub's going to have a live stream. Look, we're going to catch up over the Christmas period, have some more shows. There's a few big events coming up. We're going to be doing a little bit of stuff with the New Zealand Superstock Champs. That's in Huntly. Finally we get these championship meetings coming back because he never was able to do it last season. Got the 240s to concentrate on. We've got the Palmy teams. So Speedway's going to be here. Yeah. We've got heaps going on.
We're going to try and bring as much of everything and build-ups to you guys. So I think Kokpit Media seems to be the place to be to do the build-ups now. So we are going to do our best to bring as much to you and many drivers as we can to you guys before big meetings so that you get to hear and see what's happening, eh?
Yeah, 100%, Booker. There's 6 groups for this big meeting up there in Auckland. Auckland 31 cars. Then, of course, you got 21 from Rotorua, Wellington 16, Stratty 16, Palmy 14, Kiki 14. Huntly got 10, Hawke's Bay got 10, Gizzy got 3, a couple of cars from the Mount, 7 from Wanganui. So in total 145. That's much of an increase since I saw that update to about 150, like Gary said. But that meeting always brings them out and they will put it on. Thank you, Camo Jar, for the wonderful comment. You too have a Merry Christmas, you and your family. Muddy Goodley, mate, it's always good to have the show and good for your thanks for all your comments. But to everyone with all the comments, thank you very much for that. That's what makes our show happen, talking and asking the questions. But you all out there have a Merry Christmas and a happy, safe New Year's.
Yes, from me too. Thank you, people. Keep an eye on the Facebook page for updates on what the next show will be and when. But enjoy your Christmas and enjoy your family time.
Awesome. Cheers, mate. See you later.
Cheers.
Welcome along, everyone.
What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your every time. And
When you're young and you get in your old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Daddy. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?